Hi guys, welcome back to another Logman video. So today I'm stood back inside our new kiln. So this is the kiln that we showed on a previous video where we did the opening. And as promised, I said I'd come back, revisit this kiln in a couple of weeks and just show you and go into a bit more detail on the tech behind it, about how we dry wood in it, and why we decided to put it in last year. So I'm currently stood inside Kiln 2. This, as I said in the previous video, dries about 200 cube at once. So we originally planned to dry more in it at once. But what we found is if we leave bigger gaps in between our drying cages, then we get better airflow. And better airflow means we can dry the wood quicker. So what we're doing at the moment is about 200 cube at a time. And we're just stacking it in IBC cages. So each kiln is about 50 foot long, 25 foot wide. And as I say, there's two identical kilns side by side here. So I've got Kiln 1, Kiln 2. We're currently stood inside Kiln 2. I'm going to reload that this morning. Now these kilns have been designed to basically be as efficient as possible. So they're all really well insulated, as you can sort of see behind me. It's all insulate boarded. And then basically it's got a huge recirculation system on. So in essence it blows hot air in, but it also sucks it back out again and recirculates it right around the system. So although we've got a pretty big biomass boiler running these kilns, they are really efficient. So it reuses a lot of the heat, and it's not using up perhaps as much heat or as much power to run these as what more traditional wood kilns would use. So as with most wood kilns now, or certainly all of ours anyway, all the air is blowing in from the top. So if you see there, they're all the heater banks that are running across the top there. And what we've also done is we've piped it to the other side of the kiln as well to get even airflow. So it's piped right across. Now what you can hear there is the other side of the kiln firing up. So that runs on cycles, both sides. This side's turned off at the minute, but the other side runs on cycles as well. So it will extract and it will blow in hot air at certain intervals, which is why you see that stop-start. I don't know whether you can see there as well, throughout this kiln there's little humidity sensors amongst other sensors, and they basically just give us readings, and what they do is allow us to use the computer on this kiln to basically test the wood without having to come into the kiln mid-cycle. So that is the kiln refilled. So you can see there, it's all stacked in. Now I'm really particular on how I stack these cages in, as I said. So we've got it whereby there's almost a perfect gap between all the cages. And what that does, it's about a 6 to 10 inch gap. And what that means is it allows airflow. So you are losing a lot of space where you can stack wood in here. But what we're finding is that the drying time has been dramatically decreased because we're leaving these gaps. So it's enabling us to get airflow throughout the kiln, equally distributed from the heater banks, and the wood is drying much quicker. So we're all loaded up. We've got just shy of 200 cube in here now. Now I'm hoping it is fairly wet as this wood when it's gone in. It's been sort of stored outside for the last couple of days. It's been waiting to go in here, so it is fairly saturated. It's going to take a couple of days just to even burn that off. But I'm hoping it's Friday now, so I'm hoping by next Wednesday this will be ready to come out. The other thing I was going to say is this is all hardwood in here, so it's mixed species of hardwood. So we never mix hardwoods and softwoods in the kiln, so we always keep them separate. Now, softwood can take a lot longer to dry, even though it's a softer product, it holds a lot more moisture. So these kilns are much quicker at drying hardwood than they are softwood. So we never mix the two species up. We can mix the lengths, so for example here we've got billets, so longer logs, and we've got shorter logs side by side. That doesn't seem to affect it, but we do try and keep the softwoods and hardwoods separate. So this is in the control room now. So this is the control panel we've got. It's really simple, to be honest with you, and it basically allows us to see really basic things about this kiln. So we've got Kiln 1, Kiln 2 here. Kiln 2 is what we've just refilled, and as you can see the fans are on at the minute, but it's already showing on the sensors that there's almost 85% humidity in there. Now obviously the temperature isn't up at the moment because the fans are off, but that is a lot. That is a lot of moisture in that kiln. You've then got Kiln 1. Now this side was filled on Wednesday. This is full of softwood, so you can see there's still quite a lot of moisture in there, about 42% humidity, but the temperature's also up, so we're about 50 degrees at the moment on the fan speed. You can also see the extract fans are running, so they're running at 80. You've got the inlet fans running at 35. Now what they do is they change and alter. So at the moment we've got this Kiln 1 set up that for 20 minutes at a time it's extracting moisture, and then it will blow air in for 10 minutes. And that seems to be the recipe we're going with at the minute, especially on the softwood, because it's got a lot of moisture in it. That really does help it, and it means we can extract moisture quicker, and we can get the wood dry and below 20% much faster. So now that we've refilled it, all we have to do is restart the kiln. I also want to show you guys inside here. So this is the ETA boiler that runs our new kilns. So it's a 499 kilowatt boiler. We installed it 3 years ago now, and it was originally drying trailers, so it was blowing air into drying trailers. That worked for a time, but these kilns are far more efficient. So we're drying 10 times what we were drying before. We're using the boiler now to its sort of, not to its maximum, but certainly using it more, for, you know, making it work for its money. I'm going to do a separate video on the boilers as well. We've got a few on site here. So they all run on chip, which is a mixture of virgin chip as well as our waste recycled wood. So it works really well for us. It's a good way of us being able to use our waste and also dry wood. So it's now the following Wednesday. I've just opened the doors here. It's been exactly 5 days since I put this wood in. I want to get a couple of pieces out, test them. Hopefully it's not too far away. If you look at that piece there, it's a nice piece, loads of cracking on it. Really hoping that this is nearly ready to come out. If we also look at this screen 5 days on, you can see that the humidity reading there is 24%, which is miles better than where it was last Friday. So you get your piece of wood, you get your moisture meter, and you stab it in. And we've got a reading there of 12.8, which is telling me that that wood is ready to come out of the kiln. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you've got any questions, please feel free to leave a comment and I'll get round to answering them. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps as well. And we'll see you in the next video.